Hello people of Defend the House, my name is Joe and welcome back to the second episode of Defend the Face. That's the best name I could come up with for this show. This show is basically just a monthly update thing where I give you guys some information, let you know what's coming out on the channel. It's just a platform for me to get stuff to you guys because we're not very good at communication on Defend the House, so I thought I would just make something to try and resolve that a little bit. Hopefully the audio is better this time, but the lighting is probably still terrible. I don't know how to do it. I don't really know how to do the correct exposure on my kind of not very good camcorder, so sorry if this looks dark or stupid or bad. But today we're going to be talking about a few topics on this channel. I released some new ideas, some new series. The first one was 16 different types of PUBG players, and the second one was Battlefield 1 details. Just reflecting on those series, starting with the different players idea, I think 16 different types of PUBG players went well. It came out how I wanted it to come out, and I think people have received it mostly well. I think it's done better than I expected because how different it is compared to the content we usually do on Defend the House. It's very different from the Myth series, so I didn't think people were gonna want it or accept it, but most people liked it. Most people who gave feedback just said that it could do with some improvements, which I think is fair. I've never tried to do anything comedic based. I've never tried to write comedy or do voice acting with some improv in there, so I know that I can get better at that aspect. I do think it will come back. I think it will be fun to try it in Battlefield 1 next, because there's some definite types of players in Battlefield, but I'm not going to be rushing to do another episode of different players. I'm going to be focusing on myths and details. So moving on to details, this series has been very different from what I expected. I didn't expect people to really care or like it, and it's also led to another strange event. But starting off with the reception, it's done really well. I did not expect it to do well. As I just said, it's one of the quickest growing videos I've made on this channel, I think, which is nice and surprising. I didn't think that showing small details would be more popular than showing big cinematic stuff in the Myth series. But thank you for the support on details, and I will keep them coming. But the weird consequence of doing the details series is there has been accusations of theft from a small group of people who follow a different YouTuber called Teabag Gaming. As with every idea on this channel, I came up with details on my own. I didn't steal it off of anyone else. I like being creative. I like coming up with ideas. The whole push and purpose of Defend the House, in my opinion, is to make stuff that people haven't seen before. If people have seen it elsewhere, then what's the point? Whether it's good or it's not very good, I still try and make things that I think are unique, and I don't steal ideas from other YouTubers. Details came from getting a lot of suggestions that I thought were too small from the Myth series. I was just kind of throwing them aside because they weren't cinematic and they weren't dramatic. And I didn't like having loads of titles on the Myth series, and then eventually I stumbled upon a GIF on the subreddit of Battlefield 1. It was the tank shooting a missile and blowing back the flag, and that was kind of the catalyst that made me really want to push forward with doing a series which just focuses on small, minute details that people might not see, because I think it's a cool thing. And I thought that no one was covering it, and obviously I was wrong about that. There will always be people who just don't believe me and think I stole it, and I don't really care what people on the internet think. I just know the way that I like to run this channel and the way that I like to make YouTube videos, and that's all that matters to me. But what I didn't appreciate is the way that Teabag himself handled the situation. We had a discussion in my video's comment section where he accused me of stealing the idea, and I defended myself by posting evidence of my Patreon page where I came up with the idea 2 to 3 months ago now, before his series had even started being popular. And we had a pretty nice discussion, I would say, where we came to an agreement, and I wished him the best of luck, and I thought we were all good. And then I went over to his channel to make sure that no one from Defend the House was giving him trouble for doing the series, because I thought that would be lame. And then he was in his own comment section agreeing with his subscribers that I did steal his idea, and that if I didn't have so many subscribers, he would do something about it. which I don't understand at all. What would you do if I didn't have a lot of subscribers? That is what I would like to know, because you don't have any power over what people upload on the internet or on YouTube in general. If only one person was allowed to do a specific idea on YouTube, it wouldn't grow very well. There wouldn't be much competition and people wouldn't be pushing to make the best content possible because they would just own a certain area. This is why everyone was against the Fine Brothers trademarking the React format. That's not how the internet works. You don't get to own a format because you did it first. We know this on Defend the House because we started the Myth format, and now there are quite a lot of popular YouTubers that do those videos, and I've never said anything because we don't own it. I mean, we started it, but it doesn't stop other people from doing it themselves. I think the only thing that I can do in response to that is try and make the best ones on YouTube, and I put all my effort into that. I didn't really want to talk about this too much in this video. This video is supposed to be about Defend the House and the content that's coming up, but I just don't like it when people attack my creative integrity and the way I make videos on this platform. And I don't like Teabag's attitude towards the fact that if I had less subscribers, he would try and do something about it. The only responsibility you have as a YouTuber is to focus on your channel to make the best videos you can. You have no right to tell other people what to make, even if they've taken your idea. I do not care if Teabag or his fans want me to stop making details videos. I'm never gonna stop. I'm gonna make them, and they are gonna be the best ones on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna do. I apologize for the ramble and the rant. Let's move on to something more focused on the channel itself. So for this month, October, I actually brought the last episode out at the end of August, then called it the August episode, which I thought was kind of backwards. So instead of releasing it at the end of September, I just waited to the beginning of October to do episode 2 of this series. For October, we're probably just going to be focusing on more Battlefield 1 myths, Titanfall, PUBG will be coming back, until November, which introduces a possible new series, which is Battlefront 2. I'm hoping because of what DICE does, that there's going to be as many interesting interactions as Battlefield 1. I did not expect Battlefield 1 to be such an extensive series. I didn't think we would be getting to 18 volumes. I think this video will come up before Volume 18, but Volume 18 is coming, and it's going to be another big one, I think. We discovered some crazy stuff for the next episode, and we're 18 episodes in and it's still giving me stuff to mess around with, and there's 2 expansions on the way. So hopefully Battlefront 2 will be another one of those games. I don't know, the first one was not, but I'm hoping, because Titanfall 2 running out, Overwatch has kind of run out, PUBG's running out, Battlefield 1 I can probably keep going, but I don't want to be a Battlefield channel. So I'm hoping Battlefront 2 is interesting. We will see early November, but until then I'm just going to try and keep the channel active, keep the myths coming, keep the details coming, and I think I'm going to start working on one more different types of players video. Not sure if it's going to be Battlefield or PUBG again. I have a lot of ideas for PUBG, but I think mixing it up might showcase the idea a little bit better. We shall see. Now I'm going to get into something which is probably very boring to everyone by now, but I will finally talk about the adpocalypse. I really thought that DTH had kind of just skidded past it, undetected, but no, YouTube just hadn't given us the systems to see the videos which had been flagged. And yeah, we got hit. I'm not going to sit here and whine about it. I'm sure everything will equalize eventually. All I'm going to do is, if you will allow me, to take a minute to talk about our Patreon. Oh, I bet people are bored of that word by now. If you like the channel, I would appreciate if you guys just went and checked it out. There's an exclusive podcast. You get early behind the myths, early main videos. This all depends on the tiers you opt into, but we have 2 Spotify playlists for people who like the music, and I'm also working and brainstorming on a new video idea exclusively for Patreon, which is going to be focused around the editing of the videos. Behind the myths is really the behind the scenes of the recording process, but there's no behind the scenes of the editing process, and I think some people might find that kind of interesting. Some videos like the details, reverse Battlefield 1 video, the Overwatch bot battle stuff, Zelda, Watch Dogs, none of these videos have behind the scenes. Even some Battlefield 1 Myth videos have lost its behind the scenes. So there's a lot of like commentary and editing techniques and stuff that I did that people just don't know about, that people might find interesting. If you like that, that's coming to Patreon whenever I figure out how I'm going to do that. I've got to figure out the format. But anyway, it's enough about Patreons. Also, t-shirts coming soon. Enough of that. Enough hashtag sellout. Let's move on to some frequently asked questions. I had a section last time called FAQ squared, which was the frequently annoying question and the frequently asked question. I think the frequently annoying question for this week is, what music do you use? The only reason this is annoying is because I've been trying for ages now to make it really obvious what the song is, but I still get asked it. So I'm going to tell you guys where to find the songs. Every song we use is in the description. It's at the end of the video. It will be above end of volume and the myth suggestions. It will be actually on the screen. And also, bi-monthly, I do a video music playlist which has all our songs. There's 3 ways to find out every single song we use in our videos. So please stop asking. And the frequently asked question has been kind of surprising. I didn't really expect this to be a thing. But people have been asking, oh, the lighting is so bad in this video, I'm so sorry. The question I get asked a lot recently is Rainbow Six Siege myths. Now, this game came out and I didn't really think anyone cared about it, but it's been a really slow burner and the traffic for it has been just piling up and people are really into it now, which is strange. I guess they updated the game to the point where people are really into it now. But it's doing well, loads of people are playing it and loads of people are interested in it. So I guess the question is, do you guys still care about Rainbow Six Siege myths? Because I've never played the game and I kind of thought it was dead or not doing well, but it's the opposite. So that's kind of taken me by surprise. If you guys think that sounds interesting, let me know down below. I don't know anything about the game, but I'm sure I can start playing and learn some stuff and maybe it can replace Titanfall 2 because I think right now, I have enough for 1 more volume of Titanfall 2 and then it's probably over. And I think more people play Rainbow Six Siege than Titanfall 2. So it could be a nice replacement for it. Mix up the channel a little bit. Maybe we'll see some Fortnite stuff depending on how that game goes. I don't know. People seem to be liking the BR mode for it. We shall see. I think that's everything I wanted to cover in this video, guys. I don't steal video ideas, I come up with them myself. I like doing it, I like coming up with creative ideas. The adpocalypse, you know, it's shut up, Discord! The adpocalypse has done things to defend the house, so if you like the channel, I'd appreciate just checking out the Patreon. You know, have a little peek. And possibly new series, myth stuff coming in the future, Star Wars, Rainbow Six, I don't know. And apart from that, guys, thank you for watching episode 2 of Defend the Face. Hopefully some people are finding use out of this series, and hopefully by episode 3 I'll have a grip on how to film myself without it looking and sounding shit. But probably not. Thank you guys for the support recently. We had a really good month on Defend the House. Even though the apocalypse is here, we had a very strong month and it's gone very well. I'm glad you guys like the detail series. I'm gonna keep doing it forever on this channel because I enjoy it. And yeah, I feel pretty good about the channel so far. It's nice having some variety, especially since I edit everything, and editing myth videos non-stop can get a bit easy and samey once you get into the flow. And it's nice having some variance and having to figure out some different editing techniques because I like editing. I think that's going to summarize it. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next month. Bye-bye.